today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Giants with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. To throw now on first down. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Cook. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. 6'3" cornerback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards the gain there, second down. These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 15. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A gain of 3, second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. To throw. Messina. He's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. K.J. Hamler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So, to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a corker in that day to give yourself a chance.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 30.
There we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On play action, they'll throw. A diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the...
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Giants have taken the lead. And man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the
touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the end. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my. Pulled it in. Touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. They'll try and throw for it. And the Giants are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. Becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Charles, it's the second quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as a quarterback, but like I said, it's the second quarter, so how worried right now are you? And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Messina. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. This is taken at the 23. So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this
take off your helmet and give me a kiss next
he
time.
He pulled it in one-handed. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes the pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Throwing on 1st down. Messina caught by Gates, left side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi-task. The coach.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. Looking to throw. Messina. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Back to throw. Messina. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Giants going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Messina, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of a long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. A big play there just before halftime. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. When he launched that football, I'm guessing he was thinking end zone, but he'll take it. Now they're knocking on the door.
I like the way you can read his thoughts. Think of it from the opposite side of the ball. They thought they had a chance to make a play and knock it away. Didn't get...
And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter, and they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On first down, Messina into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of... And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Off play action, Messina. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 155 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21, go!
Looking to throw. Messina. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. From the gun, Messina got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Hey, check, Mike 21, go!
Off the play fake. Messina. Gates with the ground. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are able to make things a bit more respectable. Extra point by McCann, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. It's a big-time play there for the G-Man.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's complete to Cook. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick. Thus, inaccurate, incomplete.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were...
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Zaven Collins in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 18. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. He's going to float this one deep right side. But the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His fourth touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by McCann, up and good,
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
On the return is Hines.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Giants. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game. There's a beautiful throw. Entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 1st and 10, Messina.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Giants have it, it's picked up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing to start the drive. Messina. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Back to throw. Messina.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Off play action. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Ashton Davis
in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep under pressure, and they got to him again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. And they'll indeed take a knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Hey, we got 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike.
And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants...